What's going on, Collider Games fans? I'm Caboose, and today what I got for you guys here is my first impressions of Apex Legends, the new free-to-play Battle Royale game coming from Respawn Entertainment, the folks who worked on the Titanfall series, and this is indeed set within the Titanfall universe. This game surprise dropped yesterday after being officially revealed for the first time, and I downloaded it immediately on my Xbox, got it on my PC as well, and as soon as I picked up that controller, I could not put it down. It's really hard to explain how good this game feels and how well it plays. I do have a few complaints, and we will get to those in just a moment. But first, let me talk about the things that I like. First of all, 60 players totally works for the map size, for the movement speed, and the way that this game is to have the lobbies be a maximum of 60 players is perfect. The gunplay is phenomenal, but I didn't expect any less considering this is an adaptation from Titanfall, and the gunplay in Titanfall games have been superb. So it works and it runs beautifully. The abilities and the different classes are great. Some of them clearly better than others, but the Legends are overall a really cool system. One of the things that I was very apprehensive about when I first heard about it, but actually ended up really loving, was the respawn system in Apex Legends. When I first heard about it, I was like, you know, that kind of breaks the rules and the whole idea of a Battle Royale game. You know, the point is when you get killed, you're out of the game. That's what lets it flow. That's what lets the amount of opponents get eliminated and lets it dwindle to the point where there's only 2 people left or something like that, you know? I didn't really like the idea, but in execution, it's perfect. It works so well in this game to have a respawn system, and it's very well balanced. The way it works in this game is if you were to get downed and then if you were to get full killed, you have a minute and 30 seconds on your loot box for your teammates to come and recover your legend. That doesn't respawn you. That just means that you have the ability to be respawned. So they go over to your loot box and they recover you if they do so within a minute and 30 seconds. And then they have to go to a respawn location to bring you back. It's about like 20 seconds to bring you back. A big ship flies in and you jump out of the ship. So a lot of eyes can be on you potentially if you're in a sticky situation with a lot of enemies nearby, and they will know, hey, someone's coming back. He doesn't have any weapons. He doesn't have any health. And that is another factor as well. When you get respawned, you come back with nothing. You don't have your weapons. You don't have shields or anything like that. You have to go re-loot it. If you get to your loot box that may be nearby, then you'll be good to go. But that isn't always the case. Sometimes you're on the run from the storm. Your teammates are on the run from the storm and they want to bring you back quick. So you just got to run with them and hope for the best. Hopefully you can get looted and ready to go with a new POI that may be nearby. So I really love the way the respawn works. And the reason that I love it is one main reason. When you die in Battle Royale games, especially in squad games, if you're the first one to go, it sucks. You know, especially if you die like right off the bat and your teammates make it out alive. You're just sitting there twiddling your thumbs for like half an hour waiting for the next game and waiting for your teammates to either win or get killed themselves so that you can get back into the lobby and get loaded up into a new game. With the respawn system, it allows for an opportunity or for more opportunity for your entire squad to be alive and be ready and going together for the entirety of the game. And I love that. I love the way that the respawn system works. I'm also going to say something a little bit contradictory here, so let me just get into it by saying, first of all, I like that there are no vehicles in the game. The less mobility, the better. When there isn't an insane amount of mobility options, you're going to find that there is a decent, consistent amount of action throughout the game leading up to your potential victory. Games like Fortnite are suffering right now from this because of the fact that they have so many mobility options like planes and ATKs and the quad cruisers or whatever the hell they're called. There's so many ways you can get across the map in a second that it makes it so that teams get killed off super quick. And then when you have those massive circles still closing in, you're just kind of running around empty space for a while until it gets to the last few circles and it's just extremely hectic. But I would also think it'd be pretty cool if Titans somehow showed up in Apex Legends, you know, from Titanfall. I think that would be pretty cool. But I know that's super contradictory to what I'm saying of the fact that I like that there are no vehicles in the game. I don't know. we'll figure out something or way around that. Maybe it'll be some cool little thing that spawns on the map randomly. It's extremely rare or something like that. I don't know. I mean, I just think it would be cool to have the Titans show up in some way in Apex Legends because that's such a big part of Titanfall. And for this to be set in the Titanfall universe and, you know, feature such references to Titanfall, I would hope that one of the main things that comes from those games would somehow show up in this. But that's not something I'm begging for. I just think it would be cool. Again, I know it's very contradictory to what I'm saying about the fact that there are no vehicles, which I really do like. Alright, so I've been saying, you know, I love this, and I like that, and I love this. What don't I like about Apex Legends? Well, let's jump in and let's talk about this. First things first, okay? Let me see my stats. For the love of God, Respawn, give me a system in this game where I can see how many total kills I have and how many total wins I have. I don't want to see how many kills I have per character, although that is fine, you know, to have that in the game for the banner system and everything, to be able to showcase, hey, I have X amount of kills with this character. You can clearly tell this is my main legend that I use, but I just want to see how many total kills I have across the board. And I also want to see how many total wins I have as well. And I'm hoping if they do add a stat tracker within the game, that all the stats that I've been gathering so far are backtracked and added in there, because it would really suck if they added in, you know, some sort of stat tracker and all my stats are pretty much reset from there, you know, from when it's added into the game. So please, Respawn, give us something in the game where I can see how many wins I got, unless it's already in the game. I don't know. I kind of really did some digging and tried to look. I couldn't find anything, so maybe I'm wrong about this. Correct me if I am in the comments, but if I'm not, Respawn, please, let me see how many total kills. Let me see how many total wins. That's all I am asking for. Another thing I don't really like, ammo is scarce at the start of the game. Considering your backpack size right off the bat, and considering, you know, the fact that there is only very minimal amount of ammo drops per weapon that you pick up, ammo is very scarce at the beginning of the game. And these weapons, especially the automatic ones, you know, SMGs, assault rifles, you're running through the clips really quickly unless you have extended mags. So you're just racing through ammo at the beginning of the game, and I'm hoping that either the magazine size are increased a little bit or the amount of ammo that you pick up is increased a little bit. Another glaring issue with this game, why is it only squads? We need to get some new game modes in there ASAP. I want to be able to play solo. I want to be able to play duos. You know, I don't like that there's only one option to play Apex Legends right now, and that's with a squad of 3. Granted, a majority of my playtime was with 2 of my friends. We played together, we communicated, we had an absolute blast. But as soon as they got off and I still wanted to play, I didn't have anyone to play with, and I wasn't going to go out there randomly searching for squads. You know, that's just not as fun of an experience for me to be randomly searching for other people who may or may not be good and who may or may not even be communicating, you know. I want to be playing with people that are talking to me, and if I don't have that chance, then I just want to be playing solo, you know, because that leaves me on an even playing field with everyone else. So please, Respawn, add a solo and duos mode, and honestly, I would even consider a full squad mode with a squad of 4, because a squad of 3 is really good and it works, but just for experiment, I would want to see a squad mode with a squad of 4. There are microtransactions in Apex Legends, and I don't want to harp on this too much. It's a free-to-play game. They have a roadmap for an entire year's worth of content that they're going to consistently update this game with, and I'm sure that they want to do that for years to come. So if we want to sustain that, they gotta have some microtransactions in there. We gotta be giving some money towards the game. It's gotta be funded in order to last many years. You know, that's how Fortnite lasts, because they sell those skins and they sell the V-Bucks. You know, those microtransactions is what keeps Fortnite alive. So a game like Apex Legends being free to play, it needs to be kept alive in a very similar way. It's still just a little bit confusing that there are 3 currency systems in the game that all function different from one another. So hopefully that can be explained a little bit better. Hopefully that can be toned down just a bit, and then we're all good. You know, I can't complain too much about microtransactions for a free-to-play game that's got quite a bit of content packed into it right off the bat. And now to wrap things up, one of the last things I wanted to point out that I like about Apex Legends is the communication system in this game. You know, apart from just talking to your teammates with your mic, there is also a very detailed communication system with the whole marking that you can do. You can mark certain things, you can mark items, you can mark enemies, you can mark locations, whatever it might be. You can ping a thing and let people know that that certain thing is there. If an enemy is coming and you see them, you can ping them and your teammates will know that red marker on your screen is where an enemy is nearby. And you don't have to give them a number. You don't have to give them a location on the compass. You just got to mark it and they will know. And that is awesome. If your teammate is looking for a specific ammo type and you find some of it on the ground, rather than having to pick it up, bring it to them and drop it off, or say, hey, it's over here, and just wait for them to get to you, you can just mark it and they will head to that marker and they will know, okay, the ammo is right there waiting for me. It is so well put together, and I cannot commend Respawn enough for how they've implemented this, because it helps when you're with teams that maybe don't have mics, but it also helps when you're just trying to communicate and it's not working with your teammates. If you're trying to say, hey, there's someone northeast 152 or whatever, and they're like, where? Rather than having to go through that whole process, you just mark them and they know where the guy is. It's so good. I absolutely love it. And to kick it a step further, I also really appreciate that your characters will kind of speak on the events that are taking place in the game. You know, they will talk about, hey, the kill leader's been taken out. Hey, I'm the kill leader. You know, they will say certain things like the storm's closing in, whether or not you're close to the circle. That stuff really helps. When you're playing Battle Royale games, sometimes one of the biggest things that can happen is you lose track of when the storm's coming in and you get caught in it because of that. With this game, they're speaking in your ears and letting you know, hey, storm's closing in a little bit and we're really far from the circle. We should get moving. And then it will be automatically sent to your brain. I should probably do exactly what my character is saying. So that is so good. Oh my goodness. Honestly, this is one of the best Battle Royale games out there, and I highly suggest you guys give it a shot. It's free to play, so you're not losing out on any money by trying this game, and I guarantee you'll probably have a good time. So that's my first impressions with Apex Legends. Now we kick it to you guys. Let us know your thoughts on this in the comment section below. Have you played it? What do you think about it? We want to hear your thoughts in the comments, and of course, if you enjoyed the video, a positive rating would be appreciated, and you can subscribe to the Collider Games channel for more gaming coverage. I'm Caboose, and I'll see you guys later.